go this morning? Okay, if you are already seeing the screen, go ahead and answer my text so I know that you're ready to go. I'm going to do a little stretch here. So if you are on the live stream and have not checked your phone, go ahead and check your text, send me a message, let me know that you're ready to go. And we'll get started when I know that you're situated and ready to go. In the meantime, you can just do some stretches, child's pose, what I'm doing, etc. Get your body ready for practice. All right, we've got Karen. Hi, Karen. You might be noticing in your practice that you're a little bit more flexible, or it doesn't take as long to warm up. As we get into more and more of the summer and the hotter days, the pitta, the fire, builds up inside of us. And like everything, it's not good, it's not bad, it's just something to notice and to keep balanced. So I've been thinking about Ayurveda stuff and noticing something that came into my inbox yesterday, and it talked about there are things that we can do in the summertime to not build up the pitta so much. If we build up too much pitta in the summer, then we get sick in the fall. And that was interesting to me. And I'm going to look a little bit more into that. Registered for a little class so that I can see what she had to say about it. So it might be a great time for flexibility, less a great time for a lot of really heavy, high effort comparatively, just because then the hotter you get, the more pitta you get. And in the summertime, people tend to get more irritated as a general rule. When you're hot, there's irritation. For me, I have been feeling this drive to clean and get projects done, where in the wintertime during Kapha, especially Kapha time, there's a tendency to want to just relax a little bit more. So just things to notice, neither good nor bad. All right, just one more minute, and then you and I, Karen, will get started. Kristen and Kelly will probably come along in a minute. On Monday, we had more people tuning in than were texting me, so some others may be already here on the stream. Just continue to warm up. You're welcome. Glad you're all here. So if you are on your mat and you want to follow along with this warm-up, I'm just going to do a little bit of cat and cow again and remind myself that in high plank there is a feeling of cat, little cat in the lower back. So when we're in high plank, we don't want to let our belly kind of go down towards the mat, but we lift it, a little bit of cat back in high plank. And you may have a really hard time holding that as you bend your elbows, and that's okay. It is better to keep that cat back and not bend the elbows so much than to drop down to the mat and not engage. All right, let's see, who have we got? Okay, Kelly's on her way. Kristen probably is too. So I'm going to do one more warm-up, which is just a squat and holding it. What I'm looking for in this squat, at first, when I very first started doing this squat, my heels were closer and my toes were out. So I was externally rotated in my hips to make room for the squat. So like a ballerina where the knees are going out. Eventually, I want to bring the toes more straight forward and the hips more straight forward and still be able to do that squat. So that's over a lot of time. So if you can do a squat and it doesn't bother your knees, just notice what direction your feet are going. And can kind of work, I'm holding the edge of my mat to give me some stability as I adjust. I'm trying to get my shoulders through the best I can, and then it's a push-pull, the knees against the arms against the knees. What I'm noticing is that my toes are lifting up a little bit. So I'm going to adjust my feet a little bit wider and see if that helps. And then that sitting tall once you're situated, lifting up out of the pelvis, rising up with the sternum. Push, pull, and then try to engage Uddiyana Bandha, which is that feeling of the navel going towards the spine, as well as the lifting. All right, now I'm going to take the sides of my mat to stabilize me. My hands are in front of my feet, and then back and forth, feeling the balance between my hands and my feet. Beginning to make sure that those top of the arm is externally rotated, the crease of the elbow is heading towards the front of the mat, engaging the pec muscles here, as well as our latissimus dorsi side muscles kind of towards the ribs. All right, let's take our spot at the top of the mat. We'll just do a practice that's on the count today. I don't think we will stop and workshop anything unless I really feel inspired. The main thing is to stay on the breath today is what I'm going to focus on. Bringing the hands together in Anjali Mudra, finding all of that length that we look for in mountain pose. Bringing our mind, our thoughts here on the mat, being present with each pose, not thinking ahead to the next pose or evaluating the last pose. When we get to the pose, just hit whatever feels like the pose, and today try not to adjust or go deeper. If you can, you just hit the pose and do the 5 counts. That's easier said than done. Exhaling the air, inhaling for Om, and then we'll begin. Inhale. Hands to thighs. Yekam. Dwe. Trini. Chaturve. This first one should be really easy. Pancha. Shat. One. Two. 3. 4. 5. Inhale Sakta. Ashtanga. Nawa. Deja Samastitihi. Inhale. Dwe. Trini. Chaturve. Pancha. Shat. 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. Sapta. Ashtanga. Nawa. Deja. Ekam. Dwe. Trini. Shoulders back. Chaturve. Baby cat back. Engaging the core. Pancha. Shat. 1. 2. Cueing yourself in the arms, the elbows, the thumb, and the first finger. 4. 5. Sapta. Forward. Ashtanga. Nawa. Samastitihi. Ekam. Dwe. Trini. Chaturve. Pancha. Elbows in. Shat. 1. Think about the thumb and the first finger, the base going towards the mat, the elbows coming energetically towards each other, opening up the shoulders away from the ears. 4. 5, come forward. Coming up. Samastitihi. Surya Namaskar B. Bend the knees to inhale up. Trini position. Chaturve. Pancha. Shot, stepping forward with the right. Shoulders wide even if the hands go tall. Second side, stepping forward. And meeting downward facing dog for our 5 breaths. 1. 2. 3. 4. Staying present. 5. Forward. Exhale. Inhale, the knees bent. Samastitihi. Repeat. Shoulders back as you look up. Keep your gaze up as you do your chaturanga. Inhale, look up. Exhale, gaze down and then forward as you step forward. Gaze towards the thumbs. Gaze toward the ground in front of your nose. Look up. Exhale, look down. Inhale, look forward. Keeping the gaze towards the thumbs. Keep the gaze forward as you come down. It will keep your head lifted. Inhale, look up. Exhale, look down. Towards the navel on downward facing dog. 2. 3. 4. 5, coming forward. Bending the knees as you come up. Samastitihi. 1 more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Keep the gaze up. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Step forward. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, step forward. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. 1. Inhale. Exhale. 2. Inhale. Exhale. 3. Inhale. Exhale. 4. Inhale. Exhale. 5. Come forward. Exhale. Inhale, bend the knees. Exhale, Samastitihi. Paramudasana. Hip distance apart with the feet. Inhale, keeping the shoulders back as you come down. Inhale 1 more time. Really bring the shoulders back, elongate the spine, and begin the count. 1. 2. Are your ribs near your thighs? 3. Bend your knees if your ribs are far away from your thighs. 4. 5. Inhale, look up, just straighten the arms, change the hand position, exhale there. Inhale again, and then exhale the head down, checking all of the same spots, particularly continuing to feel the shoulder blades towards the spine. It doesn't mean that they're super tight, it's just that's the direction. 3. Slightly forward, the balls of the feet. 4. 5. Inhale, look up, bring your hands out. Again, shoulders back as you stand up on the inhale. Exhale, Samasthiti. Stepping out to the right for Utthita Trikonasana, triangle. Try to just hit the pose and be in that space. 1. 2. 3. 4. 5 on the exhale. Inhale, coming up, rotating the feet, exhaling down, and begin the count. 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. Inhale, come up. Rotate the feet. Exhale, reverse, triangle. Vrita Trikonasana. 1. 2. Feel your feet evenly on the ground, pushing into the ground. 3. Trying to bring the hip bones parallel to the top of your mat. 4. 5. Inhale, come up, rotate on the feet. Exhale, coming back down. 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. Inhale up. Exhale, Samasthiti. Stepping out for extended side angle, Parsvakonasana. 1. 2. 3. Keep pushing into the feet, elongating the spine. 4. 5. Inhale, come up, rotate on the feet. Exhale, second side. 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. Reverse. Either keep the foot up in the back or you can drop to the knee. 1. 2. 5. Inhale up. Rotate. Second side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale up. Samasthiti. Prasarita Padottanasana. Wide leg forward fold. Lifting up out of the pelvis before you come forward. One, check your shoulder blades. They should continue to work towards the spine. 2, 3. Another cue for that is let the sternum come through. 4, 5. Inhale halfway. Exhale there. Inhale, bring the hands up on the hips. Exhale, the hands down. Inhale the T. Exhale, hands back on the hips or up on the ribs. Inhale and exhale. Continuing to keep the shoulder blades working towards the spine. Feeling wide in the collarbones. 1, 2. Feet are pushing into the ground to bring energy up the legs. 3, 4. Gaze is the nose or in front of the nose. 5. Inhale, come on up. Exhale, the hands down. Inhale, tee out the arms. Exhale, interlace the fingers behind the back. Inhale up out of the pelvis. Exhale, come on down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, the hands to your side. Inhale, lift out of the pelvis, and exhale, hands come down to the feet, taking the toes. Inhale one more time, elongating, exhaling the head down, relaxing the neck, breathing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, bring the head up. Exhale there. Inhale, bring the hands up and come to the top of the mat. Samasthiti. I can't remember the reverse namaste. The name of the pose has left me. Inhale up out of the pelvis. Exhale, navel towards the front knee. Feeling an evenness between the front and the back foot, finding that balance. 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, come up. Second side. Exhale when you go down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, come up. Exhale, Samasthiti. Utthita Hasta Padangusthasana, whatever version you're working on today. Could be the full version, could be lifting the knee, could be standing against the wall. 2, 3, 4, 5, open up to the right, look to the left. 1, 2, 3, lift the sternum. 4, 5, bring the foot forward, release the hand, just point the toe or floint the toe in front of you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sometimes we count those a little faster. Bringing the knee up, but other days, taking your time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, out to the side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, bringing it forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Samastitihi. Now bringing the foot over for Ardha Baddha, and the hand can go around. If you have the bind, you can take the toe, you can go forward, or you can just stand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Second side. Give you an extra breath in case you went forward. Get yourself set up for the second side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Release the foot. Vinyasa. Inhale. Exhale, the hands down, head down. Inhale, look up. Step back, chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Immediately jump forward and into chair. Utkatasana. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, stand. Exhale, bring the hands down, head down. Inhale, look up. Exhale, step back, chaturanga. Upward facing dog, inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Step forward with the right into warrior A. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Rotate to the second side. Keep your gaze at your hands above your head. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open up for warrior B, Virabhadrasana B. 1, check your traps, let them drop. 2, 3, Bent knee is tracking towards the pinky side of the foot. 4, lifting up out of the pelvis. 5, inhale, rotate on your feet, second side. 1, check your traps again, engage the pecs instead. 2, 3, maybe bend the knee a little bit more, track towards the pinky side. 4, 5. Exhale, as you go down, hands go down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Jump on through to seat, Dandasana. One, lift your sternum. 2, that's what we cue also as shoulder blades towards the spine. Same cue. 3, back to the knees towards the ground. 4, 5, inhale, look forward, lift up out of the pelvis, maybe even giving it a help with your hands at your ribs, maybe tucking the lower belly. 2, 3, 4, you have your toes. There's a pulling on the toes to get your spine, your shoulder blades towards the spine. That's 5, inhale, look up, change your hand position. Same thing, still have shoulder blades towards the spine. Chest is, sternum is pulled through, is high. Head can be relaxed. The nose is the jerski, meaning just in front of the nose, so towards the mat. 3, are your ribs close to your thighs. 4, 5, inhale, look up, but don't come up, just change your hand position or continue in the same hand position. 1, 2, energy in your legs. 3, 4, 5, inhale, look up. Exhale, release the pose. Let's go straight into Purvottanasana, bringing the hands back and opening the shoulders. This might be as far as you go, just getting the shoulders open. You might do tabletop or the full version, which is coming up, the hips up, but the heels are touching. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bring the tail down on the exhale, rolling forward into a vinyasa. Ardha Baddha Paschimottanasana. Right leg goes over the top of the left thigh. If you have the bind, bring it around and take the toe, or you can have a towel or a belt, or just let your hand be back there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, look up. Exhale, release the pose. Let's do a lift instead of a vinyasa here, and going into the second side. Same cueing, same setup. I'm excited that my leg is healed and I can actually do this fine. For many weeks I could not. 1, but I still feel it in my hip. Just watching my knee, making sure my knee doesn't get tweaky. Don't want to feel a sensation in the knee. 3, 4, 5. Inhale, look up. Exhale, release the pose, forward into a vinyasa. John, use your, no, it's Trianj Ekapada. So right leg bent back into, I don't know if this is called a runner's lunge or something. You know the pose. Inhale out of the pelvis and then bring it forward. Maybe your left hand is helping you to balance. Maybe both hands are forward. 2, 3. So the upper back is a little bit like upward facing dog. 4, 5. Inhale, look up. Exhale, release the pose. Let's do a vinyasa between here. Reset the hips. Second side. Going forward may be too far. It might be just sitting tall and straight. 1, 2, and both sides are probably different, what you need. 3, 4, 5. Inhale, look up. Exhale, release the pose, vinyasa. Baby cat back in that high plank position. Janu Shirshasana, bringing the right sole of the foot into the high thigh, if that's in your range of motion, coming up out of the pelvis as you bring your belly towards the front knee. Bring that navel in that, towards that side. It's a slight twist. 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, look up. Exhale, release the pose. Lift into the second side. The jerski on this is either the toe or just straight down at your leg or in front of your nose. 1, whichever one helps you to have a straighter spine. 2, more elongated spine. 3, 4, 5. Inhale, look up. Exhale, release the pose. Vinyasa. Janu Shirshasana B. So beginning in the same position, but lifting up and sitting on your heel. The foot eventually is running along the same direction as the foot that the leg that you're sitting on. 1, I'm using my left hand to lift me a little bit. 2, eventually that wouldn't be the case. 3, 4, 5. Inhale, look up. Lift up off of the heel. Let's do another lift for our vinyasa and set up for the second side. It's common to skip this, but if you're in a full primary lead, you need to know that this is here and this is what you do. Or you can just repeat the first one over again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, look up. Exhale, release the pose. Cross at the ankles, round the back for your vinyasa. Lift up, step back. And Janu Shasana C. This is the one with the toes down, the heels up. One, two, three, four, five. Inhale, look up. Exhale, release the pose. Lift for our vinyasa, second side. One, two, three, four, five. Inhale, look up. Exhale, release the pose. Cross at the ankles. Round it back as you lift. Step back. Chaturanga. And come through, sit down, Marichyasana. A, bend the right knee. Space between your foot and the other thigh. Swim your arms back. If you have the bind, take the bind. If not, you can have a towel there to hold on to, or you can just do the best you can, bringing your arms back. Two, three, four, five. Inhale, look up. Exhale, release the pose. Lifting for our vinyasa, second side. One, two, three, four, five. Inhale, look up. Exhale, release the pose. Cross at the ankle, round your back, up onto your hands, and then step back. Marichyasana B. So bring your right foot just like an A, tuck your left foot underneath. Same pose, bringing the arms around. If you're feeling especially like challenging yourself, you can put your left foot into lotus. Two, three, four, five. Inhale, look up. Exhale, release the pose. Lift. And the second side. Again, tucking the right foot underneath the left bent leg. Swimming the arms out. Sternum is forward. Neck extended. Two. Three. You're even trying to work the shoulder blades towards the spine here. Four. Five. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, release the pose. And I always kind of creep up and then bring that left leg back. Marichyasana C. This time the foot is close to the leg and we're turning towards the right here. If you have the bind, the hands will come all the way around. I do not have the bind on this. Three, 4. Try to lift on the inhale, twist on the exhale. One more. 5. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, release the pose. Lift for our vinyasa. Back down, second side. Inhale as you come taller. Exhale as you twist further. 2, 3, 4, trying to keep that left hip coming forward, and 5, that's what the bind does, is keeps that coming forward. Rolling forward into your vinyasa. We'll skip Marichiyasana, D, and let's just do 3 Navasana before we close. Trying to keep the spine tall and straight, balancing on your sits bones. The easiest version is toes touching, then toes lifting. Watch your shoulders. Let the traps be easy. Let the pecs be the ones that do the work. 3, 4, lifting the sternum more. 5, cross the ankles, lift. Back down. Number 2. 1, 2, 3, lifting the sternum. 4, 5, cross the ankles the opposite direction as the last time. Lift. Let's do one last one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Cross the ankles, round the back, cat back as you scoop up and then back. If you've stuck with me, you've done a great job today. We're ready to go to closing. Either legs up the wall or, oh, wait a second, we can't do that. We've got to do our back bend prep or our bridge prep. I'm going to get my blocks. Almost forgot. So you have block between the knees to squeeze the knees. On an inhale, rotate your pelvis so that your sits bones are heading towards the backs of the knees. This creates a flat back in the low back. Keeping that flat back, inhale as you bring the hips up. You might even push the feet away as you squeeze the block. 1, 2, 3. So again, check the sits bones. 4, and the glutes. 5, exhale there. Take a breath. And then inhale again. Bring that flat back and then lift. 1, squeeze the knees. 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale there. One more time, flattening the back or rotating the sits bones towards the backs of the knees. Those are the same cues. Inhale up. It also creates a hollowness in the abdomen. Squeeze the knees. 3, keep squeezing the knees, releasing the glutes. 4, Squeeze one more time. 5. Exhale there. Step the blocks to the side. Bring the knees up to the chest. This is the counter pose to the back bend. And then rock and roll up so that you can do a forward fold. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Inhale, look up. Exhale, release the pose. Lift up into your vinyasa. Now legs up an imaginary wall or a shoulder stand, whichever is right for you. I know Kelly has been working on setting up so that she has blankets to protect her neck. So I'm going to give you an extra breath there to be able to set that up. And then just lift the legs to whatever position is right for you today. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 5 more, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Now if it's in your practice, bring the feet behind your head into halasana. If your toes, the toenails can touch, you can remove your hands off of your back and do a straighten the arms with interlaced fingers. If not, just keep your hands on the back. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Just bend the knees, ear pressure pose. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Bring your legs back up into shoulder stand, and then you can either go into lotus, half lotus, just let your feet, the soles of your feet come together. 1, Urdhva Padmasana. 2, 3, you can change off your hands. 4, 5, or just keep your hands on your back. 6, 7, 8. Now bring your knees towards your chest. Just curl here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Carefully roll down. Matsyasana. If you have lotus fully in your practice, you can keep your legs in lotus here. Otherwise, they're just straight back onto your elbows. Shoulders are wide. And you're trying to work it so that the top of your head is on the mat and your sternum is high. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Keep lifting your sternum. 6, 7, 8. Now I'm going to come out of it, lift my head a little bit, tuck my chin. You can keep in that arched position while you do Uttana Padasana. It's with both legs at 45-degree angle and the hands at a 45-degree angle. My low back is bothering me, so I'm just going to count it without lifting my legs. 1, 2, 3. You can still engage your core even if your legs aren't up. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and release it. Lift your head off of the ground if you stayed there before you tuck your chin. Now you can roll to your side. Chakrasana is the traditional exit here and into a vinyasa. We're going to go to our closing, skipping our headstand or headstand prep. If you want to do a headstand, feel free to go ahead and do that at this point, and then you can just hear my voice in the background. Bring the right hand around, the left hand around. Sitting tall and then coming forward. Lifting the belly button a little bit. Closing the eyes, looking at that Shiva Jersky, that space at the third eye. Three, slowing down the breath even more. 4, shoulder blades towards the spine. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Inhale, come all the way up. That count can be either 8 or 10, by the way. Here we go into our meditation, seated meditation. But doing the breath. Exhale all of the air. Exhale, exhale, exhale. Inhale slowly. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Ujjayi breath. Exhale. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Inhale slowly. Gaze at the mat in front of you. Exhale slowly. Inhale, here's the third breath. Exhale. Inhale the fourth breath. Sitting very tall still, exhale. Shoulder blades still back. Inhale. Exhale. 5. Inhale for 6. Inhale for 7. Inhale number 8. Nine. And your last breath, long, steady, slow, Ujjayi. Bring the hands to Uplitihi, lift.
Wow, that's super cool.
3. 5. 8. 10, hold it longer if you can. If you're ready, you come on down. Vinyasa and set up for Shavasana. Getting yourself comfortable as can be. Bringing towel over your eyes if that is helpful. Tucking your shoulders under. Releasing your jaw, your eyes, that space between your eyes, your forehead. Let the back of the head sink deeper into the earth. Releasing all of the breath control. If you're feeling anxious or especially jumpy, this is a good time to inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. That means there's extra prana if you feel that excess energy inside. And you can release the prana through the out breath, that extra internal motion. Which is also a good breath for when we have motions, energy in motion. That inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth will help that to resolve. Pass through. Coming into that fully comfortable position, I'm going to leave you to take this Shavasana as long as you want. Reminding you that when you come out of Shavasana, you roll to one side, very calmly, gently coming to a seated position. Find something that you're grateful for. Give yourself an internal smile at that time. Right now, hopefully in Shavasana, these words are just in the distance until you're ready to wake. My internal namaste to you this day. Thank you for doing this practice with me this morning. Namaste.